Today's lesson is on dividing decimals by whole numbers, so it'll just be an extension lesson from the last one that you watched. So today students will divide decimals by whole numbers using base 10 materials, money, and the division algorithm. So let's get started. So let's review using money to model this. So if we have 6.39 and we want to divide by 3, how do we show this using money? Well, if we have 6 ones, we need $6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. I have 3 in the tens place, so I need 3 dimes for 30 cents. Each dime represents a tenth. And then I have 9 hundredths, so I'm going to need 9 pennies. Again, realizing that pennies don't exist anymore, but we are going to use them for this example just so we can see how this works. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. So this here is showing $6.39. So if we divide $6.39 among 3 friends, which coins will each friend get? So if we divide these $1 coins into groups of 3, how many loonies is each friend going to get? Well, 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. So each friend is going to get $2. If I divide the dimes up, 3 divided by 3, each friend is going to get 1 dime, so they're going to get a tenth. And then if I divide these pennies up into 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So each friend is going to get 3 pennies. So that's going to represent 3 hundredths. So each friend is going to get $2.13. Now let's do these on our whiteboards as an exercise. We can do 8 together. So let's divide $8.46 divided by 2. So let's start with 8 divided by 2. We're just going to draw our dollar sign. 8 divided by 2 is $4. Decimal. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So each friend is going, or each person is going to get $4.23. Try B and C on your whiteboards. When you are done, you can resume on with your screencast. So we're going to look at this equation here using base 10 model or base 10 blocks and our algorithm. So we want to divide 7.34 divided by 2. So here that is represented using base 10 blocks. I have 7 ones, 3 tenths, and 4 hundredths. So step 1 is that we're going to divide the ones blocks into 2 equal groups. Okay, so what is 7 divided by 2? Well, I can make 2 even groups of 3. Okay, so 7 divided by 2 is going to be, how many ones are in each group? Well, we have 3 ones in each group. And how many were placed in groups? We have a total of 6 blocks because 2 times 3 is 6. And I can also see that I have 1 ones block left over, so 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, step 2 is that we're going to exchange this ones block for tenths, for 10 tenths. So I'm going to get rid of this ones block, and I'm going to exchange it for 10 of these. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I now have a total of 13 tenths. This is representing how we bring down this 3 in this equation. Okay, so I should have 13 tenths here, which I do. So now we're going to divide the tenths into 2 equal groups. So I have 3 ones in each group. Now if I have 13 and I want 2 equal groups, I'm going to take these 5 and add them into this group, and I'm going to take these 5 and add them to this group. Now I have 3 left over. So how many tenths? Oh, sorry. I'm going to add this one into this group, so I have a group of 6 and a group of 6 because my groups need to be even. So I have 6 in each group. How many tenths were placed in the group's total? Were 12. So 13 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times, or 6, yeah, times 2 is 12. I place 12 of those tenths into groups. and I have 1/10 remaining up here, and that's shown by 13 minus 12. I have 1 left. Now, sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. So now if I'm looking at this, I have to now exchange this 10th block for 10 hundredths, okay? So I'm going to get rid of my extra 10th, and I'm exchanging it for 10 hundredths. So I currently have 4, I need 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I now have a total of 14 hundredths blocks, okay? This is represented by bringing down this 4. Now we want to know how we can divide 2 into 14. Well, I can make 2 even groups of 7 hundredths. So 7 in one group, 7 in another group, okay? So we have 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Now I can subtract to have 0 left. So the decimal point in the quotient directly above the decimal point in the dividend, so that you line up the tenths with the tenths and the hundredths with the hundredths. So how many hundredths are in each group? So we have 7. How many hundredths were placed all together was 14. We have 0 remaining. So here I'm going to move this decimal point right up to above where it was here. So I can see that I have 7.34 divided by 2 ends up with 3 ones in each group, 6 tenths in each group, and 7 hundredths in each group. This represents 3.67. You're going to complete some exercises on your whiteboard, but before you do that, let's do A together. So we're going to start by drawing our algorithm. So we have 7.17 divided by 3. We're going to divide this just pretending this decimal is not here. So let's start by saying, how many times can 3 go into 7? 3 can go into 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I can subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. I can now bring down this one. So how many times can 3 go into 11? 3 can go into 11 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. I can subtract. 11 minus 9 is 2. Now I'm going to bring down the 7. How many times can 3 go into 27? It can go in 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. Now I can subtract, which is 0. Now I need to put my decimal back in. I'm not done yet. So my decimal needs to go straight above where it was in my question. So 7.17 divided by 3 is 2.39. I want you to try B, C, and your bonus on your whiteboards before you continue on with your screencast. So now we're going to add another digit here to divide by. So we're going to do 821.43 divided by 3. So let's start by making our algorithm. So I'm going to first plug these numbers in, 821.43. So let's start by saying, how many times does 3 go into 8? 3 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down the 2. How many times does 3 go into 22? It goes in 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. Subtract. 22 minus 21 is 1. We'll bring down this one. How many times does 3 go into 11? It goes in 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. 11 minus 9 is 2. Now I need to bring down the 4. So it's the exact same steps we were doing before. We just have extras. How many times does 3 go into 24? Goes in 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. We're going to subtract. It's 0. Bring down this last 3. How many times does 3 go into 3? It goes in 1 time. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, we get 0. Okay, now I need to put the decimal point back in, so it goes right above where it was. So 821.43. divided by 3, the answer is 273.81. Give B and C a try on your whiteboards by making an algorithm, and then you can continue on with your screencast. So today's assignment is your Jump Math book, pages 39 to 40, checking in with me when you have that completed.